All right. So, Tank Titan round. I've lost track, but it's coming along nicely. Got this new Sightline survey, precision instrument. Very nice.
Oh, you're liking it, didn't you? You're liking
I'm
it too.
just getting the vibe for it. I just got it today. Buddy of
You
mine
like it?
suggested it. This
I
guy.
was using it last night. What a guy.
What a guy.
Well, anyways, how well are you into the networking?
I'm into it.
So
A little bit, just a little
I
bit.
got so I was having Spectrum is like internet company here in California.
Yeah, we got them here too.
Okay, so I had Spectrum and
I
I
have
made a I
Spectrum.
made a few mistakes, right? First of
Mistakes.
all, I had Spectrum for a while, and I was just getting charged $100, right? And I was just like, I check my statements. I don't get papers. I get everything auto pay.
Right.
So I was like, man, $100. Let me check my speed and let me check the how, because what the speeds are there. So I was having 300. Like, let me do a speed test, and I did a speed test, and I was just getting like 90. That happened for a while, but I was too lazy to call or anything, right?
There could be anything wrong with your shit and they have to come out and look at it and do multiple tests. We've had multiple people come out when we had dropouts. Turns out there was a splitter somewhere that had gone bad. I didn't know that splitters went bad, but they do.
Ugh. Well, that's mistake number one. I didn't call. I just straight say, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm canceling. I don't want
Yeah,
your shitty service.
yeah.
And they were like, oh, we're gonna give you 1 GB for $40
Yeah, that's what they
a
do.
month.
That's what they do. You threaten to leave and they sweeten the deal. That's how it works.
Ugh.
So what
Mm.
did you say?
I said, fuck you. I don't want you.
You're
I
supposed to
don't
say
want free.
yes. You're supposed to say yes, but
Okay,
okay. Okay,
okay,
okay.
but I say no, right? So
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, what the fuck? You guys charge me $100 and I'm getting 90, and I see all your ads. There's like $29 for 300, and I'm paying 100 for. Anyway, so I say, you know
So
what? Thank you, but no.
so
So
I've
what I
like
did.
yeah.
uh Oh, let me just tell you what I did, and this is when it's gonna. I'm hating myself right now. So the lady got a fair point, and you got it too. The lady was on the phone, was really nice, and said, you know what, it might be something with your hardware. First of all, if you're using your own router, that might be the issue. So let me send you a free router, and let me give you a 1 GB for $40 for a year. For a year. I was like I said, I say no. And then I did call T-Mobile. I didn't call T-Mobile. I got a offer to the mail, and I signed up on my account because I got T-Mobile. All my phones are on T-Mobile, so they were gonna send me a modem, a Home Plus internet for $50 a month, right? And they were offering me 1 GB for $50 modem T-Mobile. So I started watching reviews, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't look so bad. The speeds are there. Paying $50. I'm
T-Mobile?
not paying 100. Yeah, T-Mobile
T-Mobile.
Home
No.
Plus.
No.
Yeah.
No T-Mobile.
Okay. Okay. Well, so long story short, I fucking canceled Spectrum. The lady said, you want to wait a little bit? I said, no, cancel it. I want this shit. You guys charging me $100 for like I don't know how many years, and you didn't even tell me that I'm getting not even a third of the speed. Fuck you.
Hmm.
Anyways,
So let me tell you
so
my story. If you're is that it? Is that everything?
what I want you to know, and then what I was gonna ask you is, well, I did. because I'm having issues with my internet. Because, like you say, T-Mobile, no, right? But every time I look into my settings and my NAT type, it's always moderate.
Oh,
Sometimes strict, sometimes open. So I was doing some research in Reddit, and I guess there's nothing you can do
no, there's
with
everything
those. With
you can do everything. I can help you with that.
okay, that I want to get to that point. But all right, go ahead. Now you tell me.
So my what happened to me? Well, first of all, what happens when we've had services that had strict NAT? We had to forward the ports for our games, or we had to get a router that had a DMZ, and you put any consoles on the network in the DMZ, which puts them past the firewall, so they don't have it puts them outside the NAT. Now, I would suggest just getting a gaming router because that's the easy way. But if you can get into your router settings and go into the DMZ and put
That's the kicker. It won't
put the
let
ports
you.
in, it's a
It won't let you forward ports or anything.
okay. And
So that's a
do they have an
that's a
app?
discard
Do they
that.
have an app that connects to
Yes.
their router? It's their proprietary router.
Yes, but limited access, limited function.
So Spectrum had limited function, and they just added the ability to port forward, but it was never an issue. Now, my history with Spectrum was I was on residential, and it was over 100 a month just for internet, no phone, and I was paying like another
Yeah.
150 for like US Cellular or something for years, and then but that was including like paying off a new phone and stuff, whatever, and a tablet. But I had Charter residential, and I was like not getting very good service, right? And it was like not gigabit, but it wasn't what it was supposed to be, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to switch to Spectrum Business. Maybe Spectrum Business isn't throttled. It'll treat me like a business, or something, right? And it didn't fix the issue we were having. The issue we were having is we were both playing Call of Duty, and it would knock us off at the end of each game for some reason. We'd have to log back in. It was just annoying. But that was the only issue, really. It's not a big issue, but it was an issue, and it didn't fix it to switch to resident to business. But business was supposed to be like more consistent, right? Well, I ended up switching back and forth a couple more times between residential and business because what would happen is there would be a promotion from the other side saying, "Hey, we got this deal for this speed, switch over." So I switch, or they offer to sweeten the deal, and I stay. Either way, I stay with the better deal, right? And then finally, they somebody knocked on my door, and they were like, "Yo, we got gigabit. We got gigabit internet, and we'll give it to you for a year for $30." And
Oh,
I'm like, okay, and it includes a phone. My phone is covered for a year, so I canceled US Cellular. So I had that. I've had that for a year, and it's been great. It's been great. And
thirty
now
dollars.
yeah, and now the promotion just ended. So it's $80 for internet,
Holy fuck.
gigabit internet, and it's $30 for the phone. So we're talking
Hmm.
110, something like that. Which is pretty good. It's pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad. I was
But
paying
I
that
could
just for a
still,
stupid
but
internet.
I could call them up right now and threaten to cancel. Say I'm going to go back to residential because they're offering me some so-so deal. I could make something up probably, and they would offer me something, and that'll get it back down. I need a promotion. I need a new promotion basically to get me something cheap. Like $30 a month is what I'm used to now. uh,
Yeah, or just give me
yeah.
something.
And so here's the kicker, though. You got to be really careful with Charter or Spectrum because over here at least, when you are doing all this switching around and back and forth, they'll just throw routers and equipment at you, right? And you have to return all that stuff. Well, you can put it in a box and get the label and ship it to them or put it in the Dropbox, get a confirmation it was received, but really they don't they don't have people that are receiving these things and actually putting them in the system. They're just letting them sit somewhere in a giant pile. And years later, everyone is getting sued by Spectrum saying we haven't returned the equipment. So when you go to UPS to return your equipment, they'll hand you a receipt and they'll say keep this receipt because you're going to need it when they try to sue you in a couple years.
Wow.
You know,
Wow, wow, wow.
it'll be thousands of dollars for just this cheap little $30 router thing, like
Yeah, I got the email saying that I have to return my
yeah,
modem yesterday.
keep the receipt
Okay, but
in a
let's
folder.
go. Yeah. No, I'm gonna take pictures of that shit. Um,
Well, you can lose pictures, bro. You have to put them in your email. Like you'd have to save the picture in an email because you can lose your phone or pictures get buried. You have to have an email that says Charter or Spectrum. Send it to yourself and it'll pop up. Email is always there.
okay. But now my issue is like I was like, okay, I'm fucked now because I cancel it right now. They tell me Spectrum you can try again in like 2 months and they definitely get you a better deal. So yeah, now I'm stuck with 2 months of this shit service. Now I haven't called T-Mobile and say, I haven't I'm not getting it
I would
important.
definitely go
I'm not
and get a.
getting
I would definitely go to Best Buy and get a gaming router, like a badass Asus is what I got. I could send you a picture.
I
Asus.
have one, but it
Well,
says that now it says that I have double net.
well, you can't connect your router to the other router. You have to connect it directly to the modem, and you might have to contact your service provider to have your router work with their modem.
Uh,
You have to tell them to set it up. Like, you have to call
is
them in the
is
morning, have them set it up over the phone.
I just gonna call him tomorrow and say, I just got a question regarding your modem. Is it gaming friendly? Or is it not gaming friendly? Because I'm getting my not restricted or moderate, and I need it to be open.
Yes.
So anything you guys can do that? Yes or not? If you do, tell me what to do. If not, fuck you.
And
Because
long story, if they don't have an
uh,
answer, if they don't have an answer and you're stuck with it for 2 months, I would go get a gaming router or use the one you have and plug it into the modem and tell them I got my router plugged in, make it work. It's plugged in right now.
yes, yeah, because I tried to do it because I was like, wait, maybe if I connect my modem, my router, and then I connect, my Xbox to my router, maybe, and it worked for a bit and says open NAT, and then it was telling me that I have double NAT or that my latency was 144 ms. So
Now, just so you know, in the last, how long ago was this that this happened?
today,
Today? Because there was some things going on like in the last day or two where people were reporting double mat and they never had seen that message before. It was like an Xbox issue.
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was saying that I had double NAT.
Yeah, some people were getting that message in my household actually. It wasn't me,
Really?
but it
Double
wasn't me.
NAT?
Yeah, they were getting double mat.
What does that stand for?
It would mean that you had
Double
two,
firewall?
yeah, like you had two firewalls, you had two rope modems, you had two routers, sorry. But
Is
but what,
that's
but what
not
was
good, right?
crazy is that we did have two routers, so I thought it was me, so I just set it up as just one router again, but it didn't fix the problem. It wasn't on our end. It
Okay,
was
so
one of the
when you
routers I had,
say the
even though we had two routers, one of the routers it's totally like not strict NAT, so it's just one NAT officially.
so if I have a strict NAT, what's it's not gonna let me play, right? With no one?
I mean, it will. It's just sometimes like you can't talk to certain people in the party, if I remember correctly. Like you couldn't hear certain people. It was some weird stuff.
Why it was feeling like laggy, like yeah, like I was literally experiencing lagging. Like right now, my speed
Con-
is
Consistently?
100. Yeah, consistently. Like I was listening to the people like every time they're
Well,
shooting will be
are you doing a
ta.
speed
Like,
test on your phone?
right now, I did it on my Xbox. It's 199,
Let me test
199.
mine.
Upload
Let me just test mine for
late.
reference because we both have Spectrum.
No, I
No,
have
well, you have
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile,
Remember,
right? So
my late 1.8. Packet loss 0%. MTU 1436. I don't know why MTU stands for.
it says my NAT type is moderate, but I am going through it. I do have double NAT. It says I have double NAT. I'm gonna test it.
Well, that
I haven't had
well
this.
that
I have double
makes
NAT right now, and I don't have issues.
really.
Yeah, but maybe I am having issues and I don't realize it. Maybe I should fix this.
I'll tell you what, I experience the lag when I'm doing PC lobbies.
Oh yeah. Huh. Well, saying I have a double NAT, and it won't let me test the speed. Wait. Just even though I have a double NAT, one of them is technically just porting everything through, so it shouldn't be an issue.
So the old routers were the ports. Each port was 100 megabits, right? The old ones, the speed was up to 100, right?
The wired?
Yeah, no, for the remember the old wireless, like the Asus wireless router, like each port was up to 100, right?
I don't know. I have a gigabit
What was
router here. I have a gigabit router. I just have to set it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like before the gigabit router was 100. Each port you were, was
So
100 at the end.
I have like 677 down, 11 up. My latency is 106, which is pretty bad. It seems like 106 is bad. I need to call Charter myself and have them set up my router. Just hooking up my gaming router to the other router.